Welcome to A Coleman Conversation. I'm Bob Coleman. I'm here with Beau Eckstein. I've had the pleasure of meeting him. We're pushing about 2 years now. Um, I've been one of the things nice in our industry, Beau. It's nice to reach out and meet new people. And I've had the pleasure of meeting you. You were the Coleman SBA Loan Broker of the Year last year. Welcome to the conversation.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
SBA. Let's talk about that first. Talk about the niche for a loan broker and how you got into it and how you feel about it.
I've been in lending since I was 20 years old. I started in residential lending. I'm now almost 48 and got into SBA lending after. So I went residential, and then I got into bridge money during the downturn, hard money loans, fix and flip loans. Then I got into commercial lending. Then I got burnt out, and I said, God, there's got to be something more interesting. And I, about 7 or 8 years ago, stumbled into SBA. Didn't know how to put a deal together. Didn't know anything. I just got connected, started learning, and your learning never ends in SBA because it's always evolving and always changing.
We talk a lot about career and having choosing this as a career and the fulfillment of it. Talk a little bit about the difference of your clients in terms of putting together a mortgage loan or a bridge loan or helping someone get an SBA loan.
Well, I always looked at it like I was helping people create wealth, whether it was the first home.
Yeah.
And then I started working with investors. Then you build a whole nother skill sets. What are investors looking for? And then when you get into SBA, there's a couple different avatars. You're working with a first-time business buyer. You're working with very savvy business buyers. For example, the last deal I just closed was a $10 million business acquisition purchased by a 29-year-old gentleman, 29, buying a $10 million business that does $50 million plus in top-line revenue a year. This was a legacy type of deal, and to watch a 29-year-old pull it off was amazing. To be a part of it was ultra fulfilling, and to know that really we can help people. They're only one deal away from creating financial freedom, right? And so that's what I really get psyched up about doing. But I don't just do those big monstrous loans. I do a lot of $100,000 franchise startup loans. So I do it all over the spectrum.
I want to talk about that. Tell me about the typical person you work with when you say startup. Give me a persona of someone that comes to you and says, hey, I think I want to be my own boss.
So many of them come and say, hey, I want to buy a boring business. I'm a tech worker, and it's their first business. So then they start looking for a business acquisition, and they realize it's hard to find these businesses because there's a private equity. There's a lot of people looking to own these types of HVAC businesses and B2B type of businesses. And oftentimes they realize, hey, maybe I'm better off starting with a bicycle with training wheels on it, right? So they get into franchising, which is systems and processes. And that's why I also have another company. We help people find franchises. So they kind of work well together. And that's what led me into getting really versed in franchise startup financing, which is a very difficult business. There's not as many SBA lenders that are proficient and good at that, and it's all over the place. There's only a handful that I have identified that actually know what they're doing in the space.
You mentioned your other business. Let's talk about that. You're a lender, but you're also a business coach. Tell me about that journey.
So through SBA lending, people would come to me with franchises to finance. And I'd say, well, why do you want to why are you investing in this Wetzel pretzel franchise? Well, I like the pretzels. And all of a sudden, one night I was doing some research, and I didn't even know there was franchise coaches for franchise brokers. And I ended up, after several months, investing in a training that got me in the game of franchise consulting. I call myself a business ownership coach because I don't just do franchising. I help people throughout with business acquisitions on the financing side. But the franchising world was so much bigger than I even imagined. I mean, there's literally well over 3,000 franchises in the United States, and they're not the Chick-fil-A's of the world. There's home service and B2B, the senior care type of franchises. So it opened my mind to like, wow, it's such a huge industry. And that industry based on a report I was just reading, is actually booming even in this slower economy. And why is that? It's because more and more people are saying, look, I need to take I can't rely on a W-2 job that I might be displaced because of AI or for whatever reason, or I'm a federal worker and I'm going to get displaced. So we're seeing a huge rush into the franchising space. This is like the peak for franchise searches on Google right now. I was just reading an article, meaning so many people are looking to get into a business and business ownership, and putting it all together. That is why SBA financing is so crucial in our world, in our country. And we're fortunate, because I talk to people from Canada and they're like, oh, I wish I had SBA. I wish. You guys are so fortunate. We are. Going back to the gentleman that bought the $10 million business, that is game changing. He would never been able to do it without SBA financing. And now you got a gentleman who's putting $4 million, a year in his pocket from that business that he acquired. And it couldn't have been structured any other way than SBA.
And how many employees does he have?
And he's ramping it up. So I think they have about 12 or 14 employees, and he's going to scale it. He's going to go from 50 to 70, $80 million a year in top line revenue.
Creating jobs, creating wealth for him, but he's creating jobs.
Right. So it's a win-win wealth strategy. And I always talk to people about, like, look, we might not be this gentleman that buys a $50 million business, but can we get in the game? Can we get you? I do a lot of home service franchises, and it might be 150,000 total project cost. For 15 grand out of pocket, I'm getting people into businesses, vending businesses, all sorts of businesses. And where else can you do it? And SBA is the only viable lending product on the market. So we have to embrace that product and support it in everything we do, because without SBA financing, I think our economy would not do nearly as well as it does, because of us embracing small business owners.
Beau, my background, I'm a history major. History has proven that out. The United States was the first one out of the recession, the first one to recover from COVID, and SBA played a huge part of that. And as you said, we're very fortunate that the government, I submit one of the, if not the best, one of the best private public partnerships in terms of lenders and the government working together for a common goal. Both sides want the same thing: access to capital from Main Street, create jobs.
Exactly. I think that's what's so rewarding about what we do, is that's what we're doing day in and day out. And as a broker, it is a challenging business, because you have to be able to generate the leads, the people are looking for the financing, and then you have to match them with the right lender. And the lenders' appetites are all over the place. Even though they all underwrite off an SOP, they all are completely different. And
no two are alike. Absolutely.
Yes. And it's a relationship business. You have to, as a broker, you have to get out there and you have to network with the BDOs of the world. And if you do that well, you'll be successful. And I'm not the most analytical spreadsheet type of loan officer, but I know how to get deals done. I know who to bring them to. And that is the biggest piece of advice I'd have. You don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. You just have to have the right bankers that like to do business with you.
You are the co-founder of the National Association of SBA Loan Brokers. Tell us about that organization and your vision for that as a co-founder.
Look, we need to be around like-minded people. We need to be networking with bankers, and we need to be understanding the changes that are going on in the economy and with the guidelines of the SBA loan programs. We need to be up to date. We need to know about new loan programs that are coming in. And if you do that and you're around people that share the same motivation, you're going to be a lot more successful. I was just talking about the $10 million deal I put together. Well, it's because I was in your broker roundtable, which is going to be folded in. Because of that, I met David. David happened to have a good relationship on pari passu deals. I've got that deal done because I was in the right room. So if you want to be in the right room, you want to be a part of this association. Plus, we all know that the brokers are always the scapegoat. So there's power in numbers, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get together, we're going to learn, and we're going to grow.
Well said. Well said. Well said. And we're looking forward to it. We meet twice a month. We have a lender come in, they share their credit box. We ask some questions, and we're going to be doing our first event in Vegas in the spring. Beau Eckstein, business, let's see, The send off, Beau Eckstein of Emerge Lending Group. Is that how I refer to you?
Yeah. So I have two companies. One is a franchise advisory firm, which is called Business Ownership Coach, and then Emerge Lending. Sorry, guys,
And
I'm losing my voice.
you're choking up over this. I love it. No worries, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Beau.